Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Marcus McDuffie, and I'm here with the Live, Love, Live podcast, along with my co-host, Sean Clifford. What's up, Sean?
Howdy, everybody. How you doing?
So, Sean, you kind of brought this one up to me this week, so
Yeah.
I kind of want to let you, frame it and bring it to everyone.
All right.
Go ahead, take lead there.
I like it, man. So, yeah, I think the big one today I wanted to talk about again. We love taking things that we're seeing in the gym with our members and talking about them at large. Just because I think the reality is that if the people that we see and work with on a daily basis are dealing with stuff, we want to talk to them, but we also want to talk to the rest of you who are probably going through similar stuff. I think the majority of us deal with the same problems, and a lot of the times it feels like we're the only ones dealing with it, and that's just not the case. There's only a set number of problems that humans could deal with, so it's fun for us to talk about that and kind of discuss solutions. But today, one of the big ones is kind of seasonal. I think one of the big ones I wanted to talk about today was the idea of what to do when you go on vacation, right? A fun thing that I think a lot of people, at least that I talk to, you can chime in, Marcus, have some fear about sometimes. And we're coming up on spring break. After that, you have summer. And a lot of people we work with are going away for a week, 2 weeks. And I think one of the big things that I've heard, at the gym, but also just through my, career training thus far is the idea of being afraid that all the good work you did is going to go out the window when you go to Tahiti. And I just wanted to talk about that today and kind of dispel some myths and kind of give you some reassurances that it's okay to relax and we want you to enjoy your vacation as your trainers and people that care about your fitness journey. So I thought we'd jump in there. I think it'd be cool just to start, Marcus, because I know you've been on some fun vacations in the last year. As somebody who lifts regularly, is fit and strong, um, what were some things that you dealt with when you were on vacation in terms of feeling afraid that you were going to lose strength or et cetera?
Yeah, I think when I first started in this journey, right? Like, there's a lot of jargon around. You have to do something every day, like you
Yeah.
And, we've all had you come back from vacation or you get injured or you're just out of town, you can't work out for like a
Yeah.
week or two, and you're, oh my God, my arm already looks smaller.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I think the big thing I've had to learn is that when I'm on vacation, at least, I treat it as the first part is like, if you go on vacation for like a week or two and you don't work out, it's not the end of the world. You're gonna be
No.
fine. Your first workout back, it may suck a little bit, but you'll be good in like
Yeah.
another week. So I think that's the first piece. So for me now, it's really become, hey, if I wake up and I'm like, you know what, I really want to work out. I'm in a new city, want to try out the gym, sure. But also, if I just want to chill out and enjoy this vacation and I don't have time for it, it's really not the end of the world for me.
Yeah.
But I know when I get back, as soon as I get back, I'm gonna do the next right action, which is just trying to get back to my routine for things. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a big one. Like the beauty of vacations, at least the way that I've always kind of used them, is a break from the routine, right? They're meant to kind of break up the things you do through the week. And there's real celebration of the great things you're doing, but also a time to reflect on like, what is life like when I don't have all these crazy responsibilities? Hopefully. I don't know if you go to, Disney World, like, we're in Orlando. I don't know if you're relaxing as much, but, to each their own. But I think, with routine, comes that idea of showing up for stuff like we talked about. And I think, Marcus, you made a great point. Like when you're on vacation, if you don't want to do the workout, you don't want to go to the gym that day, like don't force yourself. That you're there to relax, to let cortisol levels reduce and lower. And I think the things that I've found that I've had to learn, honestly, too, and I'm sure you have as well, is that sometimes when I take a week off from training, I'm so excited to get back to it that
yeah.
it'll fuel the next 12 weeks of training that I do. And I think if you give yourself that opportunity to kind of reset, relax, and take your mind out of that grind of like, I have to do this workout all the time, uh, you just learn that there's so much more excitement when you come back to it, which I think is such a special, cool thing.
No, definitely. I totally agree with that. We were like last year we were in Cabo for a week, and
Yeah.
I probably worked out, twice for a total of an hour altogether. It
Yeah.
was just a move. But when I came back, I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to do my thing again." And and I think it really touches on the whole point of uh like how I frame the thing. Because if I frame it as, "Oh my god, I'm so lazy. I didn't work out while I was on
Yeah.
vacation," then I'm going to come back with that same energy of, "Oh, I'm a lazy person," or "Wow, like I'm so far behind." But if we do it like you said of, "Hey, like I might even just give myself a break," and that helps build my excitement, then you're gonna come back ready to go. So, I think it's a lot of
Right.
that in the framing of, "Hey, what am I going into this with and for?" And, what even is my goal when it comes to working out?
Yeah, and, I think that is a good point. The one thing that I did wanna touch on is if you're newer to starting your fitness journey and you're still trying to piece together the consistency of it, and you think, "Hey, I need
Yeah.
to just string together good days to continue to build good habits," then by all means, I'm not telling you to throw what you've done away and be like, "Well, I'm just gonna take a week, go off the rails, and blah, 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 blah." It's like, I think again, it all comes down to like where you're at with your journey and where you're at with routine and consistency. Because we talked to some members who were like, "Please write me a plan when I'm on vacation." And for some of them, it's just because they're crazy. They love working out a bunch, but for some of them, they know like I need to just show up and continue to build this habit. But again, I think to your point, it's making that active choice and choosing to do that as opposed to letting the fear of having smaller biceps at the end of a week in Cabo kind of dictate why you're doing things.
No, I think that's a great point, and I think that's actually a really, really great point because in that, like, I also wanna emphasize that whichever person you are doesn't
Yeah.
make you any better or any lesser, It's
Yeah.
all just kind of I think one of the best things you can do in your fitness journey overall is just be honest, you know?
Yes.
For some
Yeah.
people, and I've had conversation with coaching clients where it's, "Hey, like, for this person, they can go to, Handles and get 1 scoop, and then they're good for
Yeah.
a month." And for, other people I've worked with, "Hey, if we'll give it a shot," and then they end up in that for weeks and weeks? So it's
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing in this situation of just whether whichever way it goes, like, don't feel any shame about it, it's all learning, but it is, being honest with what you truly need when you take the fear out of it, like, what you truly need for where you're at right now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I agree with that 100%. I've dealt with that so many times where it's like I'm gonna work out every day on my vacation. The last day, I'm like, I was gonna pack a kettlebell in my carry-on. You know what I mean? We're going to Mexico, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it home, see what happens. Took a week off, nothing happened. I felt incredible afterwards. So sometimes it's just like listening to again, and I think to your point, it's such a good idea of like being honest with yourself. Like, why am I doing these things? What's the why behind the what? Like we say so many times. If the idea is to, I want to go be the first person to, bicep curl a band and the south of France, then great, do it. That's fun. That's exciting. But again, not letting that shame, when I think it's a big piece of it, not letting shame dictate or ruin the experiences and the beauty of life. Eating, traveling, all those great things. That's no way to live. No way that I want to live, at least, or my clients.
No, that's so true, and I think too, especially because a lot of people they find like a lot of our members at least that we work with, they haven't worked out in years and years and years. And then
Yeah.
they go to the doctor or a crazy life event happens that kind of shines the light on, I'm not where I want to be, and that's scary, right? And then when
Hmm.
a lot of our members when they start their journey, they're in this place of like fear and tightness and I need to do it now. And that
Yeah.
kind of ruin a lot of the experience. I get it. I totally get it, but it ruins a lot of the experience because you're not, like he said, approaching it from a place of curiosity, of expansion, of, hey, like,
Yeah.
what could I do for my body that feels really good? It's, hey, how do I run away from this thing? And, if you take that into a vacation, not only does it kind of sully the vacation, your ability to enjoy the foods and the life and the views of this different place, it kind of muddies like how you return as well. So if you can stay out of that as much as you can, I know it's fucking scary when you get the doctor's note, but
Yeah.
if you can stay out of that and just really approach the workouts on vacation from, "Oh, this sounds kinda cool. I do wanna do it," as opposed to, "Oh my god, I have to." The closer
Yeah.
we get to that first one, the more wins we're creating for our members, and that's where we want to ideally get everyone we work with.
Totally. I think the last piece that I want to leave everybody with is just an okay from Marcus and I. I tell all the clients when they leave on vacation, like, please go, enjoy, eat, have fun. And what you usually find, which is so funny, is when you come back, you've usually either stayed at the way you are or maybe even lost a little bit. If you just, sensible eating, don't go crazy, have fun, enjoy, you sleep better, you're less stressed. If you're going somewhere, you're walking a bunch, you're having fun. Like those are all the parts of fitness, again, that are so overlooked. But again, if you lean into them, you discover the beauty of them, in all these different places, whether they be at home, abroad, wherever.
Yeah, and I think to add on that too, particularly for people that work out with us at Arion, is you don't have to worry about falling off track because if you
Boom.
miss the next week, you already know you're gonna get, "Hey, just check it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, everything okay?" Right? So,
Yeah.
also rest assured of that too, which I think for some people brings them some safety. So, uh,
Yeah.
I appreciate you all for listening to another episode on here. If you have any questions, feedback that you really liked, or stuff that came up for you listening to the episode, feel free to shoot us a message. We always love hearing it. If you're not currently an Ion member and you're like, "Man, I got to get over here. This place is amazing," uh, then you can go to our website, www.iontraining.com, and you can click a little link there to either book a short phone call and listen and learn more, or try us out for your first week for free. So appreciate you all, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you guys. Enjoy your vacation.